Hello, it's 10:15, and welcome to the local weather update. Saturday night, and some areas got pounded once again with heavy rain and strong thunderstorms, some severe thunderstorms too. But for the most part, it all avoided Long Island. You can see there's a lot more rain in Pennsylvania. That's all moving our way. Today was extremely, extremely humid. First, let's go look at the satellite. You can see those storms popping up over Jersey. All we got is some cloud cover, and it was quite dark at times, but not much rain from them at all whatsoever. If we, again, looking at the current radar, you'll see the activity is in Pennsylvania. Let's go to the Ventus sky here, and we'll do the radar rewind. Let's do that radar rewind. In fact, I gotta just bring it up. Let me bring it up. Okay, so we are back looking at this. This is what was going on. These storms just kept popping over the same areas, generally Middlesex County, Mercer County, dealing with these pretty strong thunderstorms. This is 4 or 5 o'clock. You can see it just kind of just training over the same areas into Edison as well, and then into Perth Amboy, part of Staten Island. And then it just continued. There was another cell over there, so we're going to have to look at all the rain that they got. But it all missed us, pretty much. The city got a little bit of rain out of it, but it all missed us. It just was really active in Jersey. So we do have flood warnings in effect, too. Flash flood warnings in effect for, looks like, north of Trenton as well here. So it's quite an impressive uh, bout of rain. So let's go to the weather and hazards map here, and again, you got all that heat in the west. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. There's also some severe weather also with the local weather update, but severe weather in New Mexico as well. But this is all you can see. This whole area, we're in a flood watch because guess what? More rain is on the way. And knowing how humid it is out there, it's not really a surprise, and it's really, really muggy out there. The dew point is 77 degrees at Islip. So we've had dew points in the upper 70s today. Extremely humid out there. And you can see the dew points were a little lower in the afternoon, but they really, this is really some really tropical area. Dew points way up there into the 70s. And you can see temperatures still hovering around the 80-degree mark. Just very extremely muggy out there. I'm going to put the dew points on here. You can see how humid it is. You can see dew points generally in the 70s pretty much everywhere. Mid to upper 70s dew points. This is really juiced up air for sure. Let's go look at our high temperatures for the day. And you can see on Long Island we got to the mid 80s, near 90 in the city, and near 90 in Jersey as well. So it was warmer there, obviously, which helped, of course, the thunderstorms develop over that area. You can see lows were only in the mid 70s. Let's go look at our precipitation and see how much rain that fell in Jersey. And we'll do the 12-hour one. And you can see where these heavy rain is and where these flash flood warnings are. You can see where these storms hit. And you can see, look at this, 3.77 rainfall there in Sayreville, 3 inches in North Princeton, 3.71 in Hopewell Township. So this area really got hammered. A lot of rain in this area here, where these storms just kept training over and over in the same spots. Again, the same type of deal that happened. And I mean, not quite as much rain as they got, obviously, in Orange County, but still a significant amount of rain. That's almost a month's worth of rain in an afternoon. So that's crazy. You got 1.49 in Monroe, so just a lot of rain in this area, and these storms are pretty bad. They actually had some strong wind gusts. There were severe warnings out with them as well, and thus they caused some power outages. Let's go to the power outage map right now. We have 2004, so it's down from earlier, but there were a number of power outages earlier on in the afternoon, over 10,000 in fact, but now it has subsided. Let's go to the Storm Prediction Center map, and you'll see here that marginal risk for severe weather just off to our west, and the slight risk there into extreme western Texas and New Mexico. Let's go to day 2, because now we're in a marginal risk for tomorrow for severe weather. And the main risk is just going to be due to the flooding and the heavy rain, but there is a marginal risk. But if we go and we look at the flood potential, which we get the back here, in fact, our weather service will probably have it up there. let's just go to our weather service here. We'll probably be up there. You'll see there is a potential for flooding tomorrow. So we have flood watches in effect, rip current statements, but we have that flood watch that is in effect. That's the flood watch. That's for tomorrow. Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Portions of southern Connecticut, northeast New Jersey, southeast New York, including the following areas in southern Connecticut. So a lot of these same areas that were hit with the flooding the other day, we could also have the flooding, and then that could also be, it's the whole area. So this also includes Long Island, New Jersey, coastal Jersey, everything. So pretty much the whole area because of this risk for this heavy rain for tomorrow. And I just want to share with you some pictures, actually. This picture here was shared from Orange and Rockland County. And I told you that there was a blackout in Port Jervis and a good portion of Orange County, as well as part of Pennsylvania, because apparently there are a few townships in Pennsylvania that are on the border with Port Jervis that actually get some distribution feeds from, well, these are low voltage feeds. They're like maybe 15 kilovolts from the substation in Port Jervis that are connected to Pike County, Pennsylvania. And so a big part of Pike County also had no power. So you had thousands and thousands of people due to this wood power line failing. Why do you use wood? I mean, yes, the tree came and hit the power lines, and it snapped the pole. But had it been a metal pole wouldn't have snapped, and there would have been less work involved. But they probably need to do a better job trimming their trees, too. Orange and Rockland is not the best electric company out there. They have a lot of old infrastructure and really just antiquated infrastructure. This is really, you cannot be using wood. This was from those thunderstorms the other night, so I figured I would show that to you. I did share that with you in a post. The other picture I want to share with you is the smoke. We're going to talk about that too a little bit, a little more of that tomorrow. But you can see, look at all the smoke in Canada that's all heading our way. You can see it all diving down to the Great Lakes there. And also this statement here. This was from the wildfires in Quebec. Actually caused, the smoke actually caused 3 of their transmission lines from James Bay to shut off. And that caused a blackout in a big part of Montreal. This was back on July the 13th. So, and then the severe weather hit Montreal. There was a whole bunch of severe weather in Montreal, too. They had a lot of just very damaging storms up there, too, as well. It's just, with all this warmth and humidity around, this is what happens. We have stronger storms. Let's go to the, and then this is the flash flooding statement here from the weather service. I'm sorry, they don't have it up. Here we go. So, weather story. So, this is again for tomorrow. Flood watch in effect for the entire region. A frontal system will bring showers and thunderstorms to the region late tonight and Sunday. Locally, heavy rainfall is expected, and you can see where the higher risks are in pink there. And even part of Nassau, they have the northern part of Nassau. That's where they think the heavier rain is possible. We could see localized amounts of up to 3 to 5 inches possible, and severe thunderstorms also possible. Again, we're in that marginal risk for severe weather for tomorrow. So let's go to the local past weather, and you'll see here 85 degrees was the high at Islip, and the low was 76. Only 76 it got down to. That low is 8 degrees above normal, so that gives us a departure from normal of 6 degrees above normal at Islip. Central Park, 88, departure from normal, 3 degrees above normal for the high, 2 degrees above normal for the day. And Newark, of course, 91. Always the hot spot there. 3 degrees above normal as well over there. And let's go, and we're going to actually look at the preliminary monthly data and just give you an idea of how much above normal we're running at Islip. And you'll see we are running 2.6 degrees above normal at Islip for the month. And Central Park, we're running 2.6 degrees above normal as well. So it looks like July will be an above normal month, and by a decent amount as well. So let's go now to the weather maps here. And, of course, we have this system that's approaching for tomorrow. And, before I do that, let me just look at a few more satellite images here. I just want to show you the Great Lakes. Let's go to the Great Lakes. Just to show you the smoke that we're going to have coming our way. So you can see all that smoke there. That's all. That's all going to be coming in toward us. There's quite a bit of it. And again, if we look at the the Canada Northern U.S. loop from earlier, we'll do a 60 frame on that to get an idea of all the smoke. Again, so you can see all the smoke here. This is going to start impacting us on again. That's pretty thick stuff over there, off to the west there. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. This is just a generally local weather update. Well, one more day of no smoke, but just terrible humidity. So HRRR, let's go look at the 0Z HRRR run and look at the dew points first, so you get an idea of just the horribly humid conditions. And that's going to continue tomorrow. You can see the dew points well into the 70s. You'll see, though, the wind start to shift around tomorrow, trying to become a little more westerly as we get toward Monday especially. You'll see that. We're still dealing with humidity, though, across Long Island. It's still the HRRR is still not wanting to push the humid air away. You have drier air just off to the west, but this almost like this front is almost sort of like hung up over us. The HRRR seems that's what it looks like on here anyway. But it doesn't look like we're going to see that much relief from the humidity on Monday. Rose was hoping we would at least get some relief, but it's not showing much at all. Temperatures. So tonight, our temperatures are not going below the mid-70s. And tomorrow, they're not going much of anywhere because of all the cloud cover. So it'll just be 70s, but very humid. And then for Monday, you'll see that heat again in Jersey. But we're mainly covering tomorrow's weather. So let's get to the precipitation because that's what's going to affect us tomorrow. And you'll see some showers and thunderstorms affecting our area overnight tonight. And then tomorrow, we have a whole group of them that sort of sets up over us. You can see they're scattered around. It's hard to say who's going to get hit and who's not going to get hit. But wherever these showers and thunderstorms develop, there could be some very, very heavy rain. And then for Monday, it is showing drier conditions. So it is, whatever reason, it is it appears to be pushing this front offshore, but it's showing just only very scattered, limited activity. But I guess it just kind of washes out. But you can see, looking at that rain here, let's not get the sounding. Let's look at the total accumulated rainfall that the HRRR is doing tomorrow. And you can see it's got wherever some of these heavy storms are. Look at that, right in the middle of the Connecticut Valley. That's frightening. That's truly frightening. It's putting a foot of rain in that area. That is insane. So it's putting a foot of rain in the Connecticut Valley. That is insane. Meanwhile, on Long Island, generally a half an inch to an inch. But again, this could move, and we could get into the heavier rain. The potential's there. That's why we're in that flood watch. It all depends on where these bands of thunderstorms set up and keep training over. And, of course, some of these storms could also be severe. That's an insane amount of rain right there that it's putting over Connecticut. Let's look at the NAM model, the NAM 3. Now we have the NAM 3 to look at, and the NAM 3 is a little different. So NAM 3, again, trains things over us through much of the day tomorrow. You can see that it kind of just trains. It has some heavy showers and thunderstorms right in the middle of the day, and then maybe a few more in the afternoon, and just kind of has the rain just training over us all day, which would be a wetter scenario for us, and that would bring more rain, heavier rain for us than the HRRR. So let's see what the total accumulate. So the NAM's got some of the heavier rain more over our area, and 2 to 3, maybe even 4-inch amounts possible. Depending on where these storms just keep training over and over and over again. It's going to be one of those situations where the storms are just going to pass over the same areas and over again because, again, there's not much of a jet stream to move this along. So it just trains over the same areas. That's why we have that potential for flooding tomorrow. I will look at another model here. Let's go to another model here. Let's go to the FV3. We have the 0Z FV3 to look at as well. It's the high resolution GFS. So this is what the FV3 does. It's missing a couple of frames. You can see it's got some strong storms to our north, and then it brings some really heavy storms over us in the middle of the day hours. But it seems like it trains over the area. So again, this would be a wetter solution. And this is kind of like the solution I'm leaning to. Oh, it's not going to go that far out. But again, you put that kind of solution, you're probably going to see over 1 to 2 inches of rain at least, if not more. Let's go to the RGM. And the RGM also giving some areas up to 2 inches of rain as well. So it all depends, but some of this may fall in the same areas that were flooded. And there may be new areas that experience flash flooding. Maybe some areas on Long Island might even experience flash flooding depending on where these storms wind up. Let's go look at the skies now. Again, this is not the smoke model, but just the skies. And you'll see here plenty of clouds tomorrow. We're not going to see the sun at all, but by Monday, we will see the sun. It might be a hazy sun if we're dealing with the wildfire smoke, but we will see the sun. Now let's go to the back to the Ventus sky, and I'm going to go to the thunderstorms and look at the Cape for tomorrow. So we're this over to 716, and we had some pretty high Cape levels. And tomorrow it looks like there will be some decent high Cape levels, mainly middle of the day, like 11 o'clock. Some high Cape levels, 2 o'clock, and then the Cape kind of stays up there, even to 11 o'clock. So let's go look at the lifted index. That's up there as well. So again, that potential there for strong to severe thunderstorms is possible. We'll have to see if they put us in a severe thunderstorm watch at all. But you'll see again, there's some decent lift there. Best of it is inland again. But we'll have to see what happens with that. Smoke is next. The RAP smoke models. And yeah, I actually have the MODIS SAD light up here too, just to show you the smoke. Again, this is what we have that could be heading our way on Monday. And you can see these big clouds of smoke. Here we got a lot of smoke coming out of these fires here in, it looks like Quebec or Ontario. Let me put the map up here. It's hard to say. That almost looks more like it's over. That's like up north. That's Northwest Territories still. So that's still Northwest Territories. Maybe Nunavut. That is an insane amount of smoke though, right there. And that we'll have to see if we get into that at all, or where that's going to go. And then you have another cloud, dense cloud of smoke that's going to make its way over to Greenland. And then we have this, of course, that this is your extra subtropical system there out in the Atlantic. Yep. So look at that. You can actually see there's a sea breeze frontal boundary right there. But let's look at the smoke model, and we'll go look at the 21Z smoke model here. First, the vertically integrated smoke, and then the... Okay, so this is the vertically integrated smoke, and this will take us... All right, this is tomorrow. We're not going to deal with it tomorrow, but look what happens on Monday. Yep, here it comes. Yep, so it's going to be coming in on Monday. You'll have that smoke. You can clearly see it heading right for us right there. So Monday is when we're going to start dealing with it, I think. Yep. And there's also going to be some surface smoke, too. And look at look at this. It's going into Greenland again. Look at that. That's crazy. So that's going all the way into Greenland. This is the vertically integrated smoke. But there's also near surface smoke as well. So let's look at that as well. And we'll follow this near surface smoke as it makes its way toward our area. Look at that. Let's see where it goes. Here we are, 17th. Yep. Look at that. It actually gets pretty dense as we get toward later on Monday. Look at that last frame there. Later on Monday, it's going to get very dense. Yep, there you go. So, and then you can see the near-surface smoke also making its way up toward Greenland. So, again, get ready for the smoke on Monday. It's going to be bad. I know, it sucks. Either you're dealing with humidity or you're dealing with smoke. But we'll talk more about next week's weather tomorrow night. Meanwhile, we have we have that flood watch that's in effect for tomorrow. So pay attention. Look at the radar, and again, if there's flooding. It may just be a crappy day, depending on whether it'll be a rainy mess or severe weather. It's really hard to tell right now. You're just gonna have to look at the radar and see what's gonna happen. But the potential is certainly there, especially with these ridiculously high dew points. So thank you for watching, and have a good night.